Are you tired of dry, overcooked burgers that taste like rubber? Don't know how to cook a 100% juicy burger every time? Say goodbye to dry, bland burgers and hello to juicy, crunchy smash burgers. In this video I will show you how to cook juicy, delicious smash burgers at home in a pan. I will answer all your burning questions and you will find out what smash burger is. I will also share with you several tips that will make the cooking process even easier. Well, my hands are already itching. Let's do it. Why exactly smash burger? One of the main reasons that smash burgers are so delicious is that the patty is cooked at a high temperature, typically on a flat top griddle. This high heat creates a crispy crust on the outside of the patty.
And the tip number one is to turn on the hood to the fullest, only if you don't want your neighbors to call the fire department.
When preparing smash burgers at home, you need to be prepared that the whole kitchen will be in smoke. Another reason that smash burgers are so highly priced is that they have an exceptionally juicy and flavorful interior. This is because we press the patty, which causes the edges of the patty to become seared, trapping the juices inside. Additionally, this technique results in the patty being very thin, which makes it cook quickly and evenly, ensuring that it is cooked through but still juicy without becoming dry. The result will be absolutely delicious. So, let's get started on our perfect delicious juicy burgers ingredients. Let's see what we've got. Of course, the most important thing is ground beef. When making burgers, it's important to pay attention to the fat content of the ground beef. A minimum of 20% fat is recommended. Next, we have buns. The perfect bun for a burger is largely a matter of personal preference. The most popular buns are sesame seed buns, which are known for their slightly sweet and slightly chewy texture. Brioche buns are also a good option for burgers as they have a rich buttery flavor and a delicate fluffy texture. I've been liking brioche buns lately. They are so airy, and as a result, when I eat a burger, I feel the taste of meat more, the feeling that there is almost no bread, and I like how you can squeeze your burger. Anyway, try different ones and choose what you like more. Cheese is an essential ingredient in burgers, providing a rich, creamy flavor and a gooey texture that complements the meat. Popular options include cheddar and tangy blue cheese. For today's recipe, I will use cheddar. Remember to add the cheese in the last 30 seconds of cooking to ensure it melts perfectly. For the sauce, I will use ketchup, mayo, Dijon mustard and a bit of Worcestershire sauce. Next comes bacon. I usually use raw smoked bacon, but the key is to check how salty it is. If it is too salty, you might wanna ease up on the salt you use for the patties. We also need onions. You can use fresh onion, pickled onion or caramelized. It's all good. I'm going to use both pickled and some freshly made caramelized onions. Next comes tomato, lettuce, and salted or pickled cucumbers. I prefer salted as they are not so tangy as marinated. By the way, these are homemade cucumbers, I mean homegrown in my country house and pickled by my father. In future videos I will show you how we do it exactly. You also need some seasonings to taste. I advise you to start with just salt and black pepper. And last but not least, we need a parchment paper with a size a little bit more than a patty. Stick to the video and you will know why.
Okay, here are all of our ingredients. Let's cook. I'm really hungry. First, you need to prepare all the ingredients so that when the patties are ready and when the cheese is melted, we can immediately start assembling. Quickly assemble and eat while the patty is still hot. Of course, if you like burgers as much as I do, you can also eat cold ones. But if the patty cools down, then the fat, which gives all the taste to the patty, cools down, becomes more viscous, and the taste will not open up like that. And the crust will be also not so crispy as it will begin to absorb moisture from cheese, fat, juice.
Okay, let's prepare the veggies first. Peel and slice the onion. Make sure that the outer layer is fresh and juicy. If not, also peel it away. Cut the onion in half and then thinly slice so that you get half rings. Then you need to cut tomato, just like this, thin slices about 4-5 mm wide. Next, take some lettuce. Remove wilted outer leaves if any. Wash it and prepare a towel to remove excess water. There is no need to chop it. Chopping lettuce for burgers can cause it to wilt and become limp faster. Keeping the lettuce leaves whole or tearing them into large pieces can help the lettuce stay fresh and retain its crunchiness for longer. Next comes some pickled cucumbers. Make thin slices about 3–4 mm wide. Now let's prepare caramelized onions. Melt some butter in a pan over medium heat. Add sliced onion and stir to coat with butter. Reduce the heat to low and cook the onions, stirring occasionally until they are deep golden brown color, about 15 minutes. Once done, remove it from the heat and let it cool down. Okay, time for the sauce. There are countless varieties of sauces to choose from, including classic options like ketchup and mustard, as well as more unconventional choices like sriracha and barbecue sauce, and even berry sauce. In this recipe, I will be using a sort of classic homemade sauce. In a bowl, mix together 40 grams of ketchup, 30 grams of mayo, 30 grams of Dijon mustard, and 10 grams of Worcestershire sauce. Sauce is an essential part of any burger recipe, as it adds moisture and flavor to the patty. Additionally, it can be used as a dip for side dishes such as fries or onion rings. And let's make some meatballs. As I said in the beginning of this video, use at least 20% fat ground beef. Fat is very important. This will help keep your burger moist and flavorful. Really, almost all the flavor goes from the fat and not from the meat. I mean, not from muscle fibers. As smash burgers are very thin, we don't need to maintain a crumbly texture or it can break apart while cooking. You should knead it so the texture is more solid and tighter. If you buy ground beef in vacuum-sealed packages, kneading is not necessary as the meat is already pasty. I have the exact same ground beef. Ideally, all the balls should be roughly the same size. The size of the ball depends on the size of your bun. If you have the same standard size bun as me, then each ball should be around 120 grams. Okay, so here is my 2 cents. You might want to try silicone gloves. Trust me, that ground beef can make your hands stick together and it's a real pain to wash them off. And if ground beef at room temp, forget about it. You'll find out later one more reason why you need gloves. Next, I'm going to fry some bacon. Adding bacon to a burger gives it an extra boost of flavor and adds a crispy texture that pairs well with the juicy beef patty. And I want to share a little tip about cooking bacon. Have you ever tried cooking bacon on a cold pan? It might sound a little weird, but trust me, it works wonders. Simply put bacon in a cold pan and turn the heat to medium-high. Cooking bacon on a cold pan allows it to cook slowly and evenly, which results in some serious crispy and delicious bacon. If you start with a hot pan, you run the risk of cooking the bacon too quickly and it might become burnt or unevenly cooked. But by starting with a cold pan, the bacon has plenty of time to render its fat and become crispy without burning. Give it a try next time. And don't forget to toast your buns. A toasted bun will add an extra layer of flavor and texture to your burger. Simply butter the cut sides of the buns and place them in the pan for a minute or two until they are golden brown. And now the most important part, patties. Turn on the stove at mid-high. Wait until the pan starts to smoke. Add butter. I use clarified butter. It has a higher smoke point, plus it has less water and milk solids which can burn and give your food a burnt taste when frying. And generally speaking, I strongly recommend that you stop using any vegetable oils. And here is one more tip. Never use a cheap non-stick pan. Heating a non-stick pan to maximum temperature destroys the coating, which is unsafe for health, and non-stick pan also won't give you the cherished crust when cooking smash burger. Put 2 balls in the pan and press down. And one more tip. To prevent patty from sticking to the press, you need to put parchment paper on the patty. It turns out a layer between the patty and the press. If the burger patty sticks to the press, the flat surface of the burger patty will be broken in the first place and will not cook properly when turned over. In the second, patty as a whole can fall apart. Therefore, we take parchment paper. We put it on top and press down with a press so that the patty takes up no more than half the pan. This is the moment when it's better if you wear gloves, since the fat splashes all over and you can easily get burned. Since the patties are super thin, they do not need to be fried for a long time. 30 seconds on each side is enough, otherwise they will burn out.
By the way, if you don't have a burger press, stay with me till end of this video and I will tell you which alternative equipment you can use.
And let's add some salt and pepper ASAP so our patties won't burn. Then turn over both patties. Now, this is very important. Some sticking of patty to the pan will occur regardless of the oil or material used, unless you use non-stick pans. If you want your patties to keep that cherished crust, you need a good spatula. It's better to use steel one with a slightly pointed edge. And you need to apply a forceful scrape or a series of scrapes at a sharp angle. Don't worry if it doesn't work for the first time. Practice makes perfect. Salt and pepper the other side is optional. Put the cheese and now you need to cover it with a lid so that the cheese melts. I don't have such a giant lid, so I just cover with a baking sheet. And let's stack our patties. This side will be easier, but don't forget to scrape patties from the pan. Everything is ready. Let's assemble our beautiful burgers. First, spread the sauce on both the bottom and top buns. Then let's add our veggies. Add lettuce on the bottoms. Tear the lettuce to the size of the bun. On top of the lettuce, place 2 slices of tomato. It's time to stack our super juicy smash burgers on top. And then pickled cucumbers, bacon. Bacon is the must-have for any burgers, so we will add some crispy bacon to each one. And onions. For the burger with a brioche bun, let's use caramelized onions. And for the burger with a sesame seed bun, let's use pickled red onions.
Well, it's time to try. I think it turned out just unrealistic. Look at these babies, how juicy. And the smell. See, you can make the same booming burgers at home without any special equipment or unique ingredients. By the way, one bonus tip as I promised. If you don't have a smasher like I do, you can use anything with flat surface, like a plate, or it can be a cover, a spatula, anything flat basically. Ta-da! Burgers can be served with a huge number of side dishes like French fries, onion rings, pickles, but what I like the most, definitely coleslaw salad. This is a salad made from shredded cabbage and carrots, often dressed with mayonnaise-based dressing. Check out this video right here if you also want to try burgers with coleslaw. Thanks for watching. Bye.